Hello and welcome back to another video. I am here to talk today about relationships and how to improve relationships. In this video, you're going to learn one of the biggest perspective shifts that you can use in your relationship to actually foster a much healthier, more dynamic, and more exciting and uplifting relationship. Do you feel like your partner is always picking on you? They seem unhappy. They're never happy with your personal habits, or they seem to always find a flaw or a fault in something that you're doing. The problem may not actually be that they are picking on you. The problem may be that you are not being honest with them about certain aspects of yourself, and you may be in a chronic state of denialism. When your partner comes to you and they're voicing that they are unhappy, then it may be something about you never put the dishes away, or you forgot this again, or maybe you're never really like present with me. A lot of these things are based on your partner not feeling validated, not feeling seen. And it may be ironically, actually, you're not letting yourself be validated or seen either. When we approach our partner and we are honest, we don't deny the problems that they bring to us. We don't try to subvert them. We don't try to avoid what they're saying, even if it's really deeply uncomfortable. And we are brutally honest about ourselves to our partner. That fosters a neutral ground that releases tension, and it can really open doors for them. And you'll find that the energy shift in your relationship is quite powerful. I would encourage you to embrace this, like I did very recently. I was being challenged by my partner. She was pointing out a whole series of faults I had in my simple domestic living. Sometimes I don't wash the dishes, sometimes I don't clean the benches. And this has been a tension that's been building up in her mind for a long period of time. Um, but I sat down with her and I basically was honest, and I basically said that I acknowledge that I don't have very good domestic habits because I acknowledge that I was in a non-conventional upbringing, and it created resistances in me because if I commit to a domestic lifestyle where I'm taking control of my environment, this challenges the shadow where I was perpetually moving as a child, constantly jumping towns and jumping areas. And every time I settled in an area and committed and started to make friends and really connected to that environment and area, I was moved again. And it's always a very painful experience. That left me feeling like if I commit to or settle in any one place, then I'm going to have to face the pain of losing it and moving again. And so I adapted to always be on the move on an emotional level, to always be packing light, to not need to take dominion over my local environment. Anyway, so I did a little introspection and I opened up and I shared this with her. And it started a conversation that went for about an hour, and it was profoundly powerful. She actually had so much insight into this. She understood things about me that she didn't understand before. And because of that, this tension broke, this understanding grew, and it was quite a powerful and beautiful experience. This is something that you can do in your relationship. Now, I'm not saying that being absolutely honest about yourself and not denying things and telling white lies or avoiding is always going to lead to a pleasant conversation. And if you're absolutely honest, sometimes it can even lead to a breakdown of the relationship. But if it's based on the truth, you should never avoid it. And if the relationship falls apart based on the truth, then that relationship didn't have a solid foundation. And it was going to fall apart at some point inevitably anyway. But without the years of tension of you maintaining a lie or an illusion, Save yourself the time and energy by just being honest and real. Face some of these parts of yourself that your partner will bring up in your relationship that are deeply uncomfortable. And it goes the other way as well. When your partner, when you notice that they may be being dishonest, deceptive, avoidant, maybe they're projecting onto you, have a conversation with them, sit down with them, have a talk, and see if you can invite them to safely open up a real dialogue with you, a real connection, being honest about themselves. I noticed that men have a harder time at this than women. Women are very emotionally intelligent, generally speaking, and very self-aware, but they also tend towards the chaos. They tend towards the making a mountain out of a molehill. A small emotional issue may become a very big one in the moment because of the emotions. But what's often behind that is something so much bigger. And that's the honest territory that we want to get to. Because it might not just be that one little thing that's happening. It's something so much bigger that it's tied to or reflective of or reminds them of. Um, and if we open these doors, then it can really help to, it's like planting a forest of seeds and they eventually grow and bloom into a beautiful forest. And every time you have a very honest conversation, you're planting another seed in the forest. Anyway, this is today's video, and I hope it helps. Let's get a conversation going. If you want to make a comment, tell me about what you found in your relationship works really well for you. No, I'll see you all next time.